All of that goes on. This is on. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Give it a secarino just to catch up. Nice little boot. Which it does seem to be doing. There you go. Then we're going to get my overlay up and running. Only one of them's up and running. Okay, my short one takes longer. Live chat, just close you. Well, minimize, I should say. Viewing. Okay, get my short one activated. Enter chat. Okay, apparently the short one isn't live. Which is incorrect because I'm looking at this. Which looks actually might be correct because it would seem that it bugged. Great, because you know, not like that's a problem or anything. Okay, why are you not live? You're most definitely live. You're here. Or did it bug? I think it might have bugged. Let me just double check. There's only one active live stream. Yep, there's only one active live stream. Sometimes I hate you. Do you know that? Manage. This one is... currently assigned to that. Yep. So it didn't... it just didn't update. It just completely ignored what I told it to do. Ha! So much fun. I love Minecraft. It's not buggy at all. I told it to do something and it ignored me. And welcome. First? Yes, you are first. Congratulations. Oopsies, get off my screen. Congrats, you are first. How are you doing? Huh. How's that? Second day in a row. Yes, it is. Congrats. You know, you're getting all these first places. There we go. I think... no, it just keeps defaulting to... oh, it keeps defaulting to the wrong string key. That's a problem. Okay, cancel. Output again. Let's see, has it worked? Hey, welcome SF Memes. How you doing? Good to see you. Yes, okay, now it's up and running. There we go. Why do you have so many pickaxes? Oh, yeah, okay. There's actually a good reason for that. If I can go show you why I got so many pickaxes. Having all these... a bit late. Hey, welcome, Celestial. Yeah, all of these are max enchanted. Because I've got a little project. Well... hey, welcome Captain Kraken. We got lots of people in today. How are you guys doing? I also realized I haven't set up my shorts chat. I should probably do that while I remember. Yes. Just deactivate. There we go. Safe Destroy to the rescue. Why did Safety Destroy just come up whenever she decides? But she's gone now. I'm fine. How's your day? My day's been good. Just far too hot. It has been swelteringly hot. Yeah, I have all those pickaxes, so I ow. So I can face plant a wall. Yeah. Yeah, so I got all my pickaxes because we need to chop out this area. And by having all of these pickaxes, it saves me going back and forth to the end. So I can do more mining in between my... I can do more mining in between... repairs. because I've got to get all of that built. But today we're going to, well, do work on this, but we're not going to do boring old mining. No, 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 no. We've got these things we need to build. It's called TNT flying machines. These things are going to make our life so much easier. I just need to build them. I got the blueprint set up and lined up. We just need to build it. So if you understand, you understand. If you don't, all the very best. That's fine. Like, yeah, that doesn't really. I'm pretty good at deciphering stuff. Explosions, basic controlled explosions. So we're gonna go take this over there. Also, we don't need, this is too big actually. Fun fact, this hole's still too big. Still remember last time. Yeah, last time was good. You want nukes, more of them? Well, not so much nukes because, well, it would make it easier, but yeah. I was watching a YouTube video the other day and a girl was talking about the heat in Europe. Yeah, the heat we have is ridiculous. It is unnaturally hot. Okay, so I should be... Oh no, I need enable easy place. What was my hotkey for easy place? Configure menu hotkeys. Easy. That's nice, really easy. Easy place button 2. Nope, that's not button. What's button 2? 55. Congrats, Celestial. Nice one. Yeah, the heat wave is all across Europe, and annoyingly, that includes the UK. Yeah, I need to find out what easy. I don't know what button 2 is. Let's just do divide symbol. There we go. So we click this magical button. It's not working. Why is it not working? This button. It's not working. Okay, never mind. That button doesn't work. 10, 8. Congrats, Ice King. Get in there. So easy. Toggle easy. Place decimal. Okay, oh yeah, that's button 2. That's fine. We need decimal. Okay. Is this the decimal? Is this the decimal? No. Is this it? 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 No. Aha! There we go. Decimal place on. Now we go down here. Now we can do this, which is boop, boop, which is so much easier. And you got TNT and fans. And I gotta say, I'm a fan of that. Oh yeah, I need to disable it. Decimal. Where's my power plant? They're not dead, so it's probably gonna yell at me, but it's fine. It can yell at me all it likes, but which way are you facing? This way. So as long as I look this way, yeah. Place in the right spot. And also I don't even have to change block. It should just let me, but because this isn't dead, it won't. So we gotta go this. This is the schematic thingy available on the server, right? Yes, and also no. Though it is. Oh, I don't have fences. Let's go get some walls. Both yes and no. You're allowed to use it on the server, but it's a client-sized thing. So it'll only work if you have them installed on your game. It's a client-side thing, so it'll only work if you install them yourself. So it's not automatically given to whoever's on the server. As much as that would be cool, it's just not something we can do. The evil laugh. We do like an evil laugh, you know, evil laughs are good. Okay, so now we just place this wall in like that. Alright, I doubt it'll work in Bedrock. It won't. There's no ifs or buts about it. It won't work in Bedrock. Then we're going to turn it off to place the fan in. Because it's not dead, so it'll get angry. More hard, let's destroy this world. Well, see, I don't want to destroy the world, because the issue with destroying the world is that I built a lot of things in this world, so destroying it would be foolish. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, I had a great schematic ready. I see. Oh, I realized I'm building this wrong. I'm building this wrong because if we build them like this is automatically going to blow up. This isn't going to work because it's automatically going to go boom because this is the... Oh, bugger. By the way, thanks for your daily Minecraft streams. You actually inspired me to keep going in my world. Hey, nice. And everybody else. Yeah. Because what's going to happen is that TNT is going to activate. Remove TNT. Well, although that is an option. Easy. I think, hopefully, if we just move the TNT there, it should still activate itself without going kaboomy. Let's remember we blew up a ton of stuff, and after it, I forgot how to use wings and died. Yep, I think that is correct as to what happened. See, now this is the issue. Let me go fly to the other side, and we're just going to test activate this one machine. Just to see if it works. We also need rails. I need minecarts as well. Turn this on. Which way is it facing? Forwards, this way. Now we just need a minecart. So let's go grab minecart and some more rockets while we're at it. So hopefully... Now we need to keep the TNT because we can't add the TNT in later because the TNT has to be pushed in a specific way for it to work. I am running low on rockets. The TNT has to be in a specific place. It needs to be on a block that is... Oh, okay. It needs to be on a block that is actively being powered by redstone while not activating. It has to be very specific, otherwise it's going to be mad. Grab a few just in case. Because this could turn quite explosive. Oh, I need stone as well, now I think about it. And I've just moved all my stone over here. So I don't actually have any over there. So let me just grab 2 stacks. There we go. Fly over here. Ooh, that's clean. Yes, I have kind of taken a break on my big castle, but we will get back to working on the castle. It's just I really fancy building this. Oh mate, you're on the wrong space here. Why are you in the wrong space, my guy? Oh, and I also need obsidian. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna go back. I need obsidian and sticks. Sticks so we can put the blueprint in the right spot. And obsidian so we actually stop the machine so it doesn't kind of take out the return mechanism, because that would be a bad day. And if I learned anything about building these things is that they like to implode. They like to implode and go kabloomy and break everything and make you question why you even bothered building one. Because these TNT machines are very annoying. And one thing I will do this time that we didn't do last time, I'm going to stunt my activation so that one goes, then the other one goes, then the other one goes, then the other one goes. That way they shouldn't blow each other up. Because that's a thing that can happen, which is very annoying. Okay, so if we go here, I think this is the first screen map? No. Is it this? No, it's not unnamed. Is it this one? Yes, this one. Activate this one. Unlock him. Push him forward. Then we lock him just to prevent any accidents with him getting put in the wrong position, because that's annoying. So, the annoying thing about this is the fact that technically I can't put the blocks in the right spot because we don't have I don't have any redstone dust. Yay! I'm so glad I'm super prepared for this and I haven't forgotten items at all. You know, I am very prepared and I don't forget anything important whatsoever. Okay. So let me just scaffolding over a bit. It's fine. It shouldn't implode if I scaffolding. So turn on this. We can then place that. Now we just turn this off because we are just going to need to manually build this, which is fine. Easy place that on. Just here, just here. Block there. Turn off easy place because we don't want it. Oop, no, not there. Like this. Oh, we actually did want them there. There. Like that. Like that. And then easy place this in. There we go. This is the return circuit done. So, in theory, with everything being the way it is, we should be perfectly safe. Where is this being powered? How is this being powered? That's a good question. How is that being powered? Where's the power coming from? Oh, the power line's over here. Okay. Let me destroy that. Turn off the... Why is this music so eerie? Can you guys do... It's so eerie. I don't know why it's so, eerie. I don't know if I like it. Oh yeah, we also missed... We need an upwards facing piston there. Easy place. Then we place like this. Okay, turn that off. Put that into there. You know, I will say honey blocks, definitely an annoying thing to build on. There we go. So this machine should now be working. Hopefully. Okay. That's promising. We just now want to put the lever here. And with any luck, when we turn this, we do not die a horrible death. Do I have totems? I don't think I do. Maybe I don't stand on it, just in case it implodes. Okay. That seems promising. I'm not going to stand on top of it for safety reasons. But that does seem to be working. Oh, before it goes too far, I need to turn this off. Which is on, yeah. As long as off is on, so that's fine. If it's powered, it means it's off. And we have no bounce back, which is good. Bounce back being when it blows up and then blows up the one above it, which then blows up that. And that, you just mined out that area. All of this has just been mined out in a matter of like a minute. Which is why I'm building these, because, you know, that just speeds up, significantly speeds up the digging out process. Because I couldn't dig it out that fast. Also, this is just fun to watch. Okay, let me flip here, because I want to make sure this actually works. Yes, it does! Nice, okay. This now works. That's good. Now we just got to do this 1, 2, 3, 5 more times? Oh, no. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more times, excuse me. And with any luck, by the end of today, this should be non-existent. At least that's the hope. How does that zombie see me from all the way over there? There's something satisfying about watching these things. And the good thing is the TNT being in the wrong place isn't that big of a thing. Excuse me? Just don't take knockback, why don't you? Oh, thank you, bud. I really wanted to be on fire. Yep, that is definitely working. Look at that jumped. There's also a reason why I'm staying far away from this thing, because being in the vicinity of this thing is dangerous. Because it could end up in myself imploding, which I have a lot of stuff and I'd rather not implode. Because although Netherite is lava proof, it is not explosion proof. Annoyingly. Okay, so now let's leave that is. So all we need to do now is just to replicate this another 7 times, which, you know, isn't annoying at all and isn't going to take any sort of an annoying amount of time to do. So, you know, this is one problem with like Matika's thing. It is still directional, so you do have to be looking in the right direction for it to do its thing. But outside of that, that's not too bad. Now, I do need to actually remove that TNT. Easy place, turn off, remove that, and place it there. Then we want to turn it back on and do that. Well, I guess I finally have a classes, so well, I got to get going. I finally have classes. I guess the rain stopped. Okay, no problem, guys. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good day. I hope you do. I hope you have a good day. And I don't really know what else, but yeah, thank you for watching, I suppose. Thanks, bye. Bye-bye. Thanks for stopping by. That will do. And then we place this over like this, and then place this like this, because we want to activate that before. That must be activated before we place in this final one, because if we place that one in before that one, it will activate the entire machine, and that will be a very, very bad day. We do not want these machines predeterminedly. We don't want these going off before we're ready, because it will slam itself into the wall and probably implode, which, needless to say, is not a great day. And I don't really want to have to deal with that, because it might make me go crazy. Well, more crazy than I am already. So yeah, let's not do that. We're gonna have to turn it off. I guess I could do this. Let's do it like that, just so we have a little bit of content, in hopes that this one doesn't corrupt as well, because they keep breaking on me recently, which is weird. Which is also not what I want. It's not supposed to. Aha, I can't place it nicely, can I? No, I've got to do it like that, and then destroy this block. I guess I could. Where did my TNT go? I guess I could just use a temporary block, like one of my stone bricks. And we've got to do this a few more times. But these things are quite... Once you know how to build them, they're not exactly very hard to build, which is the benefit of this kind of thing. Like, once you know how to build one, you can practically build all of them. You just need to not forget things, because if you forget to place things, that's where things could become problematic, to say the least. Oops, now see that, we've got to be careful as well, because that is incorrect. So we just want top, there we go. Now we want this activated. That way it doesn't predeterminedly go boosh, because if it does, that is not a good day. Yeah, because it says it reckons that's wrong, but it's not. And we just now need to do this 4 more times, which means we're getting there. It just takes time, just like everything. It's going to take time and patience, something I have lots of. Luckily, I'm very patient. But even the most patient people can run out of patience. But luckily, that's a rare occasion for me. And when I run out of patience, it usually has to do with someone stupid. But even then, I usually get a cup of tea, take a second to breathe, and then it's good to go again. I usually get a very funny person, and then they're just like, yeah, maybe I'm not so patient. Okay, now we just want to place in this. Then the Then that, followed by this. It's crucially important I do this before touching the top one, not to pre-activate the machine when it's not meant to activate. I might say it a lot because it's important. If I forget it, it's going to be a very bad day. And a pain in the butt if it activates predeterminedly. And before it's meant to, it's just going to cause a world of headaches. And I'd have to rebuild it. But luckily, once you get these things down, they are so easy to build. Which is the joy of making them. And like Matica just makes it like simple work, really. There's a few things like Matica can't do, like entities and stuff like that. But honestly, it does enough. The stuff it does well enough. That's not a problem. Oh, now see, that's weird. It shouldn't have let me do. Oh wait, I'm still in. Am I still in? Yeah, I wasn't in easy place. That's why. There we go. Now we just tap out to easy place here because easy place here is not the best. Except for that. There it is. Now we turn this off. Jump down here. Place him like that. We're now down to 2. So this shows how fast you can put these machines together. The only issue with these machines is the fact that I've got to dig out an area big enough so I can do it and also not have it implode. Because like if you got to dig out a big enough area that the TNT can go without blowing itself up. That's the consuming. Like doing any sort of like, if you ever do large mining projects, it's satisfying. It is very satisfying. And I think it's one of the most fun things you can do, but it's also quite time consuming. There we go. So there's that. Oh, and other news. I've been watching Zombieland Saga. It's an anime. Oh, it's so good. I just finished the last season. I don't know. Yeah, I finished the last season now, and all I got left to watch is the movie. But an anime that I picked up just for the sake of having something to watch in the background. I didn't expect it to be as good. Vinland Saga? Zombieland Saga. It's about a group, it's an idle group of zombies trying to save Saga from going off the map. Because it's a little town that's been forgotten about. So so now they're coming back from the dead as a group of zombies to put Saga back on the map through being an idol. It's a weird premise, but it was... Oh, the idol thingy. It is surprisingly good. I only started it as something to watch in the background. I am very invested in it now. I've just got the movie left to watch, and I have to say I very much enjoyed it, which was surprising because I dropped an episode 2. The first season isn't its best, as usual. Yeah, I will say the first... See, I wouldn't... If I was looking for a good anime to watch, I would have never watched it. I just wanted something to put on in the background that, you know, I didn't have too much interest in, just something to fill the void. So there's noise for me to have in the background, so I find it helps me focus. So I thought, I'll be good. I just didn't expect it to be as good as it was. The first season's definitely slow. The first season's undeniably slow, but it picks up. It does pick up a lot and just becomes very funny. Oh, watch the detective is already dead. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. I'll have to add it to my list. Requires a bit of brain, but it's good. Yeah, a bit of brain is good sometimes. Not everything has to be, like, spelled out for you. Also, it's kind of nice, like, although it's definitely not, Oshinoko level of good, it's a nice, also being one about idols, it's pretty good. I liked it. And that's the main thing. Yeah, you don't always need visuals for it, so yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's the visuals are good to have and everything, but it's not everything. And I think people tend to forget that. Like, it doesn't matter if the graphics and the visuals aren't amazing. As long as there's a good story and... Seriously? Seriously, Creeper? I was having a lovely conversation before you interrupted me. So as I was saying, it's... You know, the visuals isn't... Well, as a Creeper. How rude. We had a lovely conversation. He's just like, nah, stop that conversation right now. You're gonna pay attention to the game. And of all times, like, oh, in ad prison. Why Twitch? Twitch is like the Creeper. It's obnoxious. I probably shouldn't say that, considering I stream on their platform, and I probably shouldn't upset them. But not that they're gonna really care for a small creator as of myself. But honestly, Twitch, as much as I joke at Twitch, is honestly not too bad. I've used worse programs than Twitch. Definitely has its issues, don't get me wrong. But I have seen worse. There we go. But yeah, visuals and stuff, it's... I would say good visuals do add a lot in the shadow. Visuals do add a lot to a anime, but it doesn't make or break it. I think visuals don't make or break an anime, but it can definitely help an anime go from being just another, okay, that was good, to, okay, that was amazing. But not like the core thing. Hey, welcome back. This thing, but how, although visuals are important, and how good visuals can really make the anime stand out even more, it's also not crucial to have. But it's more like a nice bonus to have. What was the explosion? Oh, it was just your friendly neighborhood creep. But why is my thingy not loading? Excuse me. Why is my thingy not loading? Excuse me? There you go, that was weird. Yeah, a rude creeper interrupted my dialogue and went kaboomy and was like, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna like your conversation, so I'm gonna blow you up and be rude. He was very rude, I've got to admit. I do not like rude people. And that includes creepers. Although, technically they're plants, not a person, so... But they don't get a pass. So, good news. Our machines now should be ready. So now this can go one of two ways. This will either work, and it's going to be the best thing that's ever been... It's going to be the best thing that's ever happened since sliced bread. Or it's going to go horribly wrong, everything's going to implode itself, and I'm going to feel like crying. Hopefully, we get the first option. That we click this, everything activates, and I don't feel like throwing my computer out the window. But we will see. Because everyone should have a separation of 4 ticks between them. Which means they should not explode. Also, I'm going to have to run to the middle pit, because if we don't, we'll be out of range, and they will just break. Well, this, you know, I'm actually kind of nervous. Let's just finish the recording. Funny enough, I'm kind of nervous to press this. You know, I could not press it, and we'll never know if it works, which means we'll never be disappointed that it broke. But then obviously, I won't dig out the hole that way. So, I think... Please, 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 please. Okay, so far so good, if not terrifying. We did lose a minecart from somewhere? Yeah, one broke, okay. That's fine, we'll have them come back and I'll fix it. That one there has broke because... If you look, there is no thingy on it. Okay, I have got as a handy dandy mod to help us with this. It's called the free cam. What happened there? Yeah, it just kind of got launched. See, now, what... Luckily, it doesn't seem to be happening. Oh, yeah, these ones broke as well. Huh. Okay, what happened? Okay, I see what happened there. The minecarts got shot off. Oh, no, the minecarts are unloaded now. Okay, let me... I really hope this doesn't break. They are under... I think they've become unloaded, yeah. Let me open rendering. Rendering simulation distance 8. Oh yeah, we got plenty of distance. They're not going to... Only after it comes outside that blue box. Okay, so... Okay, they are blowing things up. It seems to be working. Obviously, we've got to wait for them to come back in render distance because entities aren't being rendered. They're still there and working, but they're not being visually rendered right now. There you go. They're becoming visually rendered again. Yeah, this one lost its minecart. These three, I think, still have it. Looks like it. Hey, welcome, Ash. How you doing? These guys haven't loaded in their minecarts. Yeah, I think I'm outside their rendering range. Okay, let me just go fly down. Very carefully fly down, mind you, because I do not want an accident, which includes myself going kaboom. Oh yeah, it's just the one that broke. I can fix that. What I will do now, let's just go remove. Oh, I gotta unlock them. Oh no, we can shift force remove. There you go. We no longer need those. Now these shouldn't reactivate. Nice. Now this one broke. Ah, I can see why it broke. We didn't have the fence. We need the fence. Basically what happened, the fence blocks the minecart from... The fence is the thing that stops the minecart from being launched off it. And I forgot to place it somehow. So let me place you in. We then destroy that. Place that. Let's go down and grab the TNT. Like that. Fly back up. I forgot to start recording. So I start recording now. With that, we now should be good to go, right? Yeah, you should be good to reactivate. Leave those there. They should be safe up here. And then we're gonna hit this amazing lever over here again and go. There we are. And now this segment has also been mined out. I'm going to very carefully fly around the TNT machines. We're going to sit in here, block ourselves in, and then free cam. And now we do have the bit of the predicament that we just got to wait. What I think I might do is just so we load. There's a hole. That scared me. I shouldn't be that close. I really shouldn't be too close to it, because it is a very real possibility that if I get close to this thing, I just die. Because it implodes me and makes me go kabloomy. And that is a bad day. Going kaboomy is not a good day. So if we just sit here, we should just F5. This is keeping everything in loading distance. But it also means we're not... You should see more of the active explosions. There you go. There you go, yes. They're going to turn around here. They're going to go into here. That then activates them. Shoots them back the other way. Let's go indeed, yeah. Oops, I blew up a spawner. Whoops. I blew up a mob spawner. I didn't know that was there without any backlash at all. Yeah, this was a lot more successful compared to my first attempt. My first attempt of doing the back and forward ones was horrific. They just blew each other up. Because what happened last time was, oh, you see that? It didn't do it there. When the TNT, for example, the TNT down here shot one of these TNT back up, and it shot it back up into the machine and blew it up. Which also blew up the TNT machine next to it. And it was a very sad day. And if we look here, we don't have many floating blocks. Obviously, we do have a few, but not many. Pretty sure I was there when that happened. Yeah, very possibly. We did do that on stream. This, on the other hand, is so much more satisfying. I vividly remember that. Yeah. I think I also blew myself up that time. Did I blow myself up that time? I don't remember, actually. It's a very real possibility I did, but I don't remember. Well, that was kind of dangerous, actually. That was kind of dangerous. For one simple reason, that I'm gonna go and fix that actually right now, because after this goes by, I mean, because I got time. Let me go fix that, because that could be bomb. The only thing that happened there, which I gotta be quick, because if I get out of render distance, it will just break. A bit, so do that, do that, do that, do that. We don't want them activating the other ones, because if they activate the other ones, there is the chance that it self-implodes because it gets multiple game ticks when we only want the one game tick. And we don't want it to launch as soon as it gets there, because it could cause problems potentially. It might not do anything, but I want to err on the side of caution, because these things are sensitive and I do not want any mishaps. Yeah, we will see. Look, it's half. Well, I'll say give or take, it's probably a third of the way down. And this by far beats any hand mining you could ever think about doing. Mining out by hand will never ever be this. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some cleanup actually. This water's gonna be a problem, because it's going to prevent things going boom. So the smart me would be to turn the machine off. But I like to live a little dangerously. I'm gonna go down there. I also gotta be very careful, because I don't want them to get out of render distance. As I said before, going out of render distance will break the machines. So we just need to come in behind it here and place that in like that. As your amp lives on the knife's edge, exactly. We just want to block up these water sources, because those water sources, I've got to be careful here, because these are going to turn back quite soon. Yep, time to move. Goodbye. Hi, Ash. Time to move before I die, because they're on their way back. There we go. Now I'm going to come over here. And I'm just going to block up that. Because we need to get rid of as much water, because we can't mine if this water's here. This is also somewhat terrifying, I'm not going to lie. I know I'm going to do it, because I have to do it, but it's also somewhat terrifying being this close to an active explosion machine. I think that's source blocks. I think we found all the source blocks there. Yep, there's some over here. Let's get rid of these ones. I've also got to make sure I don't go outside the range so that it doesn't break, which we should be somewhat fine here. Okay, are we fine over here? Yes, okay. We are draining the water. They are coming back this way, so we need to just turn around. No, they're not. Okay, they're not on the way back yet. Oh, and that could have been bad. So right here we can see them going back. We need to figure out where is the source box there. There seems to be a source box here and there that we need to get rid of. Because, well, yeah, as you can see, that is preventing progress, which is not what we want. But this is also, just like I said, utterly terrifying. Because if a rogue TNT goes the wrong way, I am simply dead. With not much option about it. I will just die. Whether I like it or not, including my stuff. Which, that's the thing I'm very scared about losing, is my stuff, not my life. Like, my life, I could just respawn. My stuff, not so much. I'll have to go back, make new armor, get more netherite, and it's going to be a whole ordeal. Now, let me just fly over here. Is this side cleared? Looks like it. How about over here? Is this clearing up? No, I think there's a block there. We're going to stand here. Yeah, we shouldn't be out of range over here, hopefully. Yeah, we just need to place that. Stupid water. Like that. And then over here, this... Okay, they are on their way back, so I do kind of have to be a bit quick here if I value my life, which I do kind of do. I do not want this to end in a tragic accident involving myself and a block of TNT. Because, well, it would be tragic. And I'd also be sad. Is that all the water clearing up? No. We are going to have to go and get some more water over here. Where's that coming from? Here. This is the only issue with this place being a... The only issue of this place being a dripstone cave is the water. So we have like one block here, the block over here, and block over there. Okay. Let's go out of my hole and let's go drain those water. Very carefully, mind you, because TNT is not... It does not care who is there, and it will blow up anyone and everyone. It doesn't play favorites. Yep, this is a little close for comfort, I think, but who cares? It's fine. Is that this one gone? I think so. Let me now jump over here. Again, getting awfully close to the giant machine of death and annihilation, but you know, you gotta live life on the edge sometimes. Even if that involves being near a giant death machine that would implode me in a second if I get a split, like a few blocks too close to everything that I own and care about. I think, is that also in range? Actually, don't think that is in range, right? Oh yes, it's in range. Cool. Okay. Water receding, kind of, but also no. We've got some time now before the machines make their way back. That should be fine. We just got to come over here. Oh my goodness, this could be bad. this could be a lot of water. Oh, it's an underwater cave. Okay, that is a problem, actually. That is a rather big problem. Not also another problem. These blimmin' mobs. Of all things that would be really bad to run into, an underwater cave is kind of up there with that. Which is funny considering the fact I'm not... Time to go. Considering the fact that I'm not near an ocean, the fact we have an underwater cave is kind of funny. That scared me. I thought there was a creeper behind me. How there would have been a creeper behind me, I don't know. But it scared me nonetheless. Let me just mine this. Wait a minute, where's my beacon? Oh, it's over there. Oh, thank goodness. I had a panic for a moment then. I thought I had left my beacon inside here, but no. Yeah, this underwater cave, we're gonna have to manually sort that out. The issue is not so much where the cave is, it's the fact that we keep breaking open the cave and it just floods the surrounding area. That's the problematic bit about it. It's not the cave itself. Actually, it kind of is the cave itself, because if it wasn't for the cave, we wouldn't have the issue. But we keep blowing it open, which inherently is a bad thing, because it just floods my cave. In turn, making my TNT machines utterly useless, because water is TNT's direct counter. I also think we do have some water out here. That should clear up now. No, I gotta fly to make sure I'm not out of range. Okay, I'm not. Oh, and there's some more water over here. Okay, now that I know is not a cave, but an annoying, yeah, 2 source blocks. Oh, 3 source blocks. There you go. Can I get that one? Yeah, I can get that one just after the TNT makes it rounds. Because if I tried to do that now, I would probably go kaboom. Let's just scout. Let's scout it. Where's the source blocks? Here and here. And there. Okay. Good to know. But it is actually a problem when they're not, when they're some distance away. Or when the blocks around them gets destroyed. Because I need something to build off, and if there's nothing to build off, it makes my life more difficult. There we go. Come on, water. I hate elytras and water, they don't work. Hey, welcome XD, how are you doing? How are you doing? I'm sad. Oh, why is that? Yep, that's gotten worse. Okay, we're gonna have to, I think we are gonna have to stop the machines on the way back. Yeah, because if we stand here, we're not gonna have the other side loaded. Just so we can go and, try and clean this up without the threat of TNT. It was supposed to snow today, but instead the weather said no and it rained. Oh, that's a shame. And snow's a lot nicer than rain. I've never seen snow in my life. Oh, fair play. Understandable then. I see why that's disappointing. Okay, now let's just hook all this. Missing redstone, missing redstone, missing redstone. Quick! I need to hook this up and power it on before they get back. That way they don't reset off. South Africa rarely snows. Yeah, interesting. We used to get a lot of snow in the UK, but now as we get less and less. Compared to what we used to have, we basically get nothing now. But I have seen snow. It is cool. You'll get to see snow one day. Okay, so you guys stop, please. Well, I messed that up. Okay, well, great. I guess we're doing one more. I guess we're doing one more round. I also need to grab more rockets. Every part of Africa, but not me. That's a little cruel. Okay, then we go back in my hole of safety, and then we're gonna have a look at this. Yeah, we're just gonna wait for this to do its rounds. We have made amazing progress. We're down to deep slate already. Diamond. Survive diamond. We must go rescue the diamonds. Diamonds must be rescued. Where was the diamond? There they are. I got you, buddy. Don't worry, I got you. Ow, skeletons, I was an important business. You do not shoot a man on a mission. I was on a mission to save the diamonds. Very important mission. Yeah, because look at this now. We've got to do something about that. It's just such an awkward spot. Like, of all places, we had to have one. A giant hole, yes. All dug by me and my machines. And a lot of hand digging. We need to get rid of... Oh, that is so much water. Why? Why must you do this to me? Good thing is, we only need to fill in a little bit. Which is still quite a lot, but... But this is why. Why are you doing it? So I can build a game. Diamonds! They survived! Because I'm gonna build a minigame here. And to build a minigame, I need a lot of room. So I'm mining out the area to do it. There you go, look at this. This is so much easier than mining. Although, the not so fun job of this is then coming through and getting rid of all these tiny bits. It's not hard, it's just time consuming and takes a lot of rockets. But it's like, it is such a difference. Like, this was full of, Aye, they blew up my beacon! How dare you? But yeah, this was all one giant bit of terrain, so this just saved so much time. You guys docking? Yep. And you're not broke. Cool. Now with that, we're going to go back to the surface. To grab some blocks, grab some more rockets, and yeah, a bunch of cobblestone, some more rockets, maybe some more food as well. I'm out of food. And we can go on to trying to clean up the water, because the water is just annoying. He got new updates here. Ooh, nice. What did they add? I'll say I'm not exactly up to date with Peak, but it's always good to know when they're updating a game, because I know originally I don't think they were going to update it, if I'm correct, because it was never meant to be having updates. It was just meant to be a one and done kind of deal. New cosmetics and two new maps. Hey, nice. Grab all this cobblestone. And let's go and... Oh, let me grab some rockets. Oh, I need more teen gunpowder. Ow. Do I have any more gunpowder at the farm? Do I have more gunpowder here? Yes. Okay, we have plenty of gunpowder, so... I'm not going to grab it right now, but we come back and grab it to make more rockets. Hey, Happy Ghast, I see you there, bud. Oof, I am roasting. I need to turn on my auxiliary fan. Come on, auxiliary fan, there you go. Ah. got a fan right in front of my face, so if I get too hot, I can just go fan on and then cool down. Good thing at being underwater, mobs don't harass you while you're underwater. So we just need to keep digging. Put like here, I think should make it further enough away that the TNT's not going to get caught. Issue is I don't have respiration or water breathing. There we go. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to just do this, because I'm going to have to keep breathing because, you know, oxygen and all that jazz, you know. Breathing is kind of a fundamentally important thing, which I'm kind of not doing right now. It's just, of all places, I don't even understand why we have an underwater cave when I thought they only spawn near, like, bodies of water. But apparently that assumption of mine was incorrect. I should really get a respiration helmet. That would be smart. But that seems like more work. So you place the cauldron and kill him with the booby strapped climb. So is it like, so it's traps on the mountain? That's interesting. And have to set the Scoutmaster Maya's free or something. Ah, interesting. So they have added a decent amount into out. Booby traps. Yeah, they're always fun. Building traps is very fun. Also new items. That's cool. Although, it's not a game I ever played. I never played it myself. I am going to have to take a quick break in a minute. I need to go get a drink because I am overheating a little bit. Because the weather here is far too hot. And it's also going to get hotter. So that's fun. Very, very fun. So, you know, what can you do? What can you do? But deal with it. I don't go on about it, but you know. Ow. Although also this will collide a jetpack and some orb thingy. I don't know. Also more achievements, etc. Oh wow, fair play. They added it's a big update. Yeah, because this will be my last stream for a little while because I'm going to be away again. Sadly, I don't have any videos to upload in the meantime. I haven't made any videos. I was in the process... I'm drowning. I was in the process of making a video for Minecraft, and then things went tails up, and it's no longer working, so... A replay mod that meant to let me capture and make cool cinematics decides that whenever I try to export something, it just crashes. Because, you know, that's nice. I love crashing. So, I can't really make it how I would like to make it. So I've got to figure out what's wrong with it. And I haven't done that yet. Because, yeah, I haven't. Because I've been doing other stuff. Like blackberry picking. I went picking blackberries the other day so that I can make something out of wild blackberries because, you know, it is blackberry season and it would be a crime to not pick any. I hate breathing. It's so inconvenient. I want to be able to just breathe infinitely in the water. It would just make my life so much easier. Without needing to go fishing to catch pufferfish and then make a potion of enchanting my stuff with better respiration. All the annoying stuff. I don't want to do it. Not right this moment, at least. Because it's boring. There you go. Now, as I say that about filling in a water cave. So I really can't say that's boring when this is literally all I'm doing is filling in a cave of water. Not exactly the most thrilling gameplay, but it is something that needs doing. If I only had respiration, it would make it a lot better. And like even now, like out here, even though we have locked it off, we do just have a lot of just idle water sources that need to go. That. Getting there. It is getting better. It's just gonna take a little bit more before it's better. We're also gonna go grab some more cobblestone because I am running out here. Which is a problem. Well, actually it's not a problem. It's just annoying because I'll have to go grab some more. And while I'm at it, I'll probably have to go grab some more food because food is becoming a bigger and bigger issue. Okay, where is my block? There it is. That was dumb because now I'm stuck. I hate elytras and water. The counter of elytras and water is so buggy. Oh, cave sound creepy. Not a good mechanic. Don't find. Go back to here. Breathe, and now let's fill this in again. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Get up, dude. Because if you stand, you're gonna get yourself. You're just gonna drown, which would be a terrible day and a horrible way to go. I'm actually gonna unequip it because why can't I get up? It is so buggy. There you go. Go. There we go. Then just keep doing this. Then we go over here and breathe before we run out of oxygen. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go fetch some more. I'm gonna go fetch some more cobblestone, I think, because I am about to run out. This is my last stack. Kind of foolish of me to think this is all the cobblestone we needed, but here we are. Excuse me, good sir. That's not so good of you shooting at me. Can't you see I'm doing something important? This is vital work, good sir. And you're interrupting it. Oh, not my lights are on. There you go. Time to go grab some more. Wait a minute, I might actually have some down there now I think about it. Whoopsie doopsie. Finish that. I really hope these actually work this time. Instead of just crashing me, because that would suck. Grab all those. Now let's go back out. Actually, let me grab some more food while I'm here, because I'm going to run out at this rate. There we go. Thank you, door. I need you to come in here anyway. You go and pick up this. I don't have any, okay. That should be enough emeralds, I think. Good sir, I require sustenance. There we go, buddies. Thank you very much. That will do greatly. And put that in my offhand. Noise, all sorted. Close the door. And fly back down the hole. It is quite a big hole, really, but... And it opens up nicely here. Oh, so look at the mess this water has made. Ugh. Such a mess. And I've got to clean it up. Because the game wanted to put a water cave here because it's a pain in the bum. Come on. I did not want a cave here for this exact... Well, I like caves because it means it has less area to mine. But this is the exception to liking caves. It This I don't like, because this just gives me more work. Water, thank you. Not water, I do not want more water. We honestly have enough of it as is. We do not need more. There we go. Like this. Whoa, that was weird. The good news is now that I probably don't need to worry about going back to the magma block, because I can just breathe. The surface is just closer by this point. Yeah. It is. So we can just keep going back to the surface. And hopefully this should fix the water problem. I really, really hope so, at least. It would be... Come on, they get auto... It's weird because water makes me auto jump, which is funny considering the fact I have the auto jump setting turned off. Okay, take more air. I said I was about to say heal. That's not exactly what it's doing, is it? What I don't know though is where does the source blocks end and where do they start? Because we do just need to take out the last few source blocks that's providing this entire place with its floodage. Because having this place flooded is not part of the plan. Like this. Let's see, we should be able to see where the water flows from. Yeah, like it's found a source block. Oh, it's over here. Make sure it all drains. Nice. You're now gonna come after me. Yep, okay, I see the source box over there. Let's get rid of this. This is the only not so fun thing about this. It's just the... How did you get here? It's just trying to get rid of all of this annoying water. And then I think... all that it's worth, that should be the water gone. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I would never have been able to do that with the machines actively working. That would never have worked. Let's get a bird's eye view. How's that cleared up? Not that really matters. That side wasn't mined out because we're not going to use anything on that side. But I guess it's nice to keep it uniform. Zombie villager? Oh, hey, bird. You're not much of a threat. Oh, you're a fisherman. That's cool. There we go. Did you seriously just have another source block right underneath you? That's lush. Okay, that's helpful. And then what we could do is we can activate the TNT machines. Then I can go AFK to go make my drink. And then you guys can watch the TNT machines go back and forth. Yep, that looks fine. I don't see any more. Let's have a quick look for some diamonds, though. There could be some diamonds in here. Wait a minute, how did I miss all this water? This is a lot of water. And it is most definitely unwelcome. There we go, clean that out. That should then drain away most of this. This should then drain away most of this. least that's what I'm hoping. Except that's not going to drain away because that's a pool. I also see some diamonds, so we'll go grab those. There we go. Was it down mine spice? Yes, it was. Nice. Oh, some more water here. Ugh, there's so much water, man. Get out of here. Don't like you. There we go. How did you guys not get hurt by that? Okay, so we got water flowing here. Get rid of that water. That's also coming from over here. Get out of here, guys. Ow! More diamonds. Oh, you're a zombie. You're a leader zombie. My goodness, you're tanky, my guy. Okay. Looking at that, I think that is mostly cleared up. Let's have a quick run over for diamonds because, you know, hey, a few diamonds never hurt anybody. Well, maybe the guy who died getting it, but you know, I'm alive and I can come back to life, so there's more diamonds. There we go. Can we see any more diamonds anywhere? Diamonds, diamonds. Diamonds, can we see any diamonds? I'm going to go to this mode, free cam to have a look. I don't think so. I think that's all of them. Okay, look at this area that we all dug out. We dug this out in a matter of no time, really. Considering these TNT machines, it just took like little to no time. Granted, a lot of diamonds were probably hammed in the making of this hole, but you know, sacrifices had to be made, and some diamonds had to be spent. Explosively, that is. I nearly died. I should heal. Okay, then what I'm going to do is fly around them instead of through them, because that could be potentially very stupid. Then I'm just going to go in free cam. Yes, we can go here. We can then FOV out a bit, so we can see the entire thing. F5. So I will be right back, guys. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just gonna go make a cup of tea, not a cup of tea, a cold drink. I don't think it's cup of tea weather today, honestly. So I'll be right back. Ooh, it's looking good. Yeah, the mining progress is looking rather good. I hope this fan isn't coming through my mind. Let me double check. No, it's not. Okay, that's good. This is looking very good. Meta Horizon, bugger off. Stop trying to get me to update you. I told you no. No means no, good sir. Hey. Not bad. We're almost done mining it out. Aha, you're problematic. I'll get rid of you. Aren't you? Let's get rid of that. There you go. Let's go down. Get rid of this water. It seems like my blocking did the trick. Apart from like this one water which wasn't here before, so couldn't have prepared for that. Now let's just swish and whoosh my way into here. Rid of this. Ow, mobs, bugger off. You're not my focus and won't be for a long time, honestly. If ever. We just need to wait for these to go out of the way. Now we can come down here and block up these holes like this. And then we can just go back up here into our little cubby. Like that. And now let's have a look. Yeah, it's drained away. Nice. So we don't have lava here, which poses a similar issue. but seeing that it doesn't, that's pretty much as low as these can go anyway, I'm not actually bothered about fixing that. Over here, it's getting better. What I will say, it doesn't really matter how clean this side is, because this is actually too big. We've actually built it too big. But you know, that's a good problem to have. The next mammoth task, not mammoth task, big task, is just to take out all these flying blocks, because every one of these flying blocks need to be cleared out and replaced. Although this time, on this side, we don't have like these massive veins. These big veins were here because they were too far apart. But because we moved them closer together here, we don't have massive veins. We just have quite a few just odd blocks up. This side here needs to be cleaned up. Where is the chunk? Where's the edge of the chunk border here? Yeah. So this needs to be, from here to here, needs to be smoothed out. So wall needs to be cleaned up. We just got generally now, I forgot to record this, but generally now all we need to do is just smooth everything out to make it look better. Not that it really matters how smooth it is, just so we can get a better idea of the room. The question is, he's actually even doing damage anymore? A little bit over this guy. Maybe we'll let him do a few more runs just to get rid of this segment. But honestly, outside of that, this is almost done. But just look how quickly we cleared out this area. Within an hour and a half, we dug out this massive area. If I were to hand dig this, this would have taken a lot longer than an hour and a half, or hour 25. It would have taken a lot longer, because I would have to, well, this is so much. Obviously, I don't get the blocks from this, which is a bit unfortunate, but I think that's a worthy trade. And then there's actually mining deep slate, and then mining deep slate itself is a very slow thing to mine. mining deep slate is not very fast. Even with a haste to... Honestly, I think if you have a haste to efficiency 5 netherite pickaxe, I believe that should be able to instant mine deep slate, in my opinion. Because it's a pain to... Not instant mining, because gathering is annoying. And like netherite is like significantly harder than the others to get, so I think it's definitely worth it. And it just gives another incentive to get netherite tools if you can instant mine deep slate. But this is, you know, it's getting there. This is just gonna take a while longer. Wherever, I probably won't do the cleaning up on camera because... Oh, that's gone already. Because it's not going to be very interesting. It's just gonna be me flying around, fly up to the top, dig out everything I want to reach, jump onto block, and just keep mining it all out. Here we might use TNT just to help scrape it off because it doesn't get close enough to the wall. But all in all, this is a big improvement considering how it was looking. Over here, we're basically going to have to do the same thing. We don't need to go out all the way over here though. It says that this is too big. I can show you just how big it will be once this comes in, which I guess I should go and turn this off. If I can race back before it. Although actually, to make this safer, we let it run one more time, but I removed the repeaters here so that we don't have to worry about somebody with what's the word, habits of pulling levers. So if someone pulls a lever to see, oh, I wonder what this does, and pulls the lever, it doesn't activate. Because if that activates while I got like a beacon or something down, that would be very annoying. So I'm just gonna let it run one more time. That way when it comes back here with no repeaters, there is no way for it to reactivate. Now, as a safety precaution. That looks cool though. You can definitely get some cinematic shots there. Yeah, but like there's not enough deviation now. There's not enough deviation that it's gonna blow up these small bits. Maybe you could have one that blankets it so it's a straight line of them rather than this one which is like one every 6 blocks, but the only issue you have then is that you'd have to have a bigger starting gap. You'd have a bigger cleared area because the more TNT you have in a small area, the more likely that it's going to shoot up the next layer of TNT. And, well, bingo bango, lose an entire segment of your machine. Honestly, these machines aren't bad to build at all. They're super easy to build. Not my design, mind you, but it is a good design nonetheless. I might have to see about making my own design. That might be a cool thing to do. Build my own TNT duper. This also is the only form of duping we allow on the server. Simply because it's well, it's the only way to automate the destruction of blocks outside of actually using TNT, but TNT is really expensive, and I guess you could automate that, but it's just a pain. So this is allowed, but it is the only form of duping allowed on the server. Obviously, if you build one of these to blow up the entire world, that's another question, that's another thing entirely. That would not be allowed. Hey, welcome Annex. How you doing? welcome to stream. We have just dug out all of this. Took some time, but it is now all dug out. Using both my pickaxes and my brand new TNT machines. No diamonds down here? No, it doesn't seem like it. So let me show you just how big of an area we got left to dig. Well, by we I mean me, but I'll show you nonetheless. I sometimes don't like these things. I swear I landed on it, but apparently not. So first we activate this. This means I should be in the right chunk if we do F5. Yeah, we are. So let's go into this free camp, because now we can actually see what we have loaded. So we have everywhere, if I go to the surface, because he said so, everywhere in this blue box is currently loaded in the world. So everything inside this is working. Everything loads. Outside this thing, I think things stop updating on your screen. But redstone in this still works. I think entity stopped moving, but they are still here, just not moving, and redstone still works. In here, redstone stops working, and then outside here, everything unloads. So what we need to do, because the minigame needs to be constantly loaded at all times, it means from this corner, where we are here, this is a chunk. This is a minimap rendering, no. This chunk here is the corner of this spot, which means when we stand in this corner, we need the other corner over here to also be loaded, which can be this one here. Which means actually I don't, wait a minute, so do we want green? So if we have blue, it means we need to go here, because we need everything from this corner over here loaded, and that's fine. So everything up until here needs to be dug out, and that means no matter where in the game you are, everything will always be loaded inside the redstone chunk. Which means the redstone distance, which means then we don't have to worry about redstone not, because we have everything going. If we have a circuit up here controlling time, and we go too far this way, it then means that system will no longer work and things will start to break, and we don't want that. So we need to keep everything from over that corner there to over here. That way everything works as intended. This was a bigger area previously, but so you see, we only need to go this far. Those two chunks over there we cleared, not much use, but all of this chunk here did need to go. Which means we gotta mine out all of this to here, from here to here, all the way across here. Needs to be manually dug down. We'd manually need to dig that probably to about here, right there. All needs to be manually dug, because it's otherwise if we build TNT machines here, they get stuck in there. Although we could build them here, they would just blow themselves up. Which means there is a bit of hand digging that needs doing. I could TNT it, but beacon will get the job done. And it's also quite fun. As you can see, I did do some off camera, restarted. That, believe it or not, this is an hour of work. It might not look like an hour of work, but it is kind of painful, honestly. And we also got to mine it then from this wall here across and hook it up over there. So this is my current project. This is the current project for the minigame. Annoyingly, the minigame, we've actually done very little redstone for the game itself and the building of it, because digging it out is just a big job. That is huge. Yeah, it is very big. So, and then obviously now I'm not gonna bother. I won't bore you guys with doing this on camera, but I have to mine out all the floating bits here. Needs to be mined out. I need to mine out this just because I want as much room as I want to get as much room out of this area as I can. I might actually. Honestly, I might even dig out up here. I'm not going to do that. So the mini game probably won't start until, let's say, here. That way we have a little bit of room above to put all in the redstone, which will control... We'll have time, we will have other mechanics, a mixture. What mini game? It's going to be like a dungeon crawler. Kind of inspired by Decked Out that Tango built on the Hermitcraft. Obviously, it's not going to be a one-to-one replica for it. I'm not going to copy it. The only thing that it's going to have in common is the fact it's both 2 dungeon games. Outside of that, I'm going to make it as original as I can physically make it. But it's a massive project. So like, we could have... we have different levels, and then every level you get to, you earn points, which then gives you better rewards. Although, like, for example, we could have 1, maybe 2, 3 levels here, or we could have 1 massive level to start with. We could have an entire forest down here. We could do so much, because we have an 8x8 chunk. We have 8x8, and we can go all the way down to... We can go all the way down here to bedrock. Points gonna be gold nuggets. Could do. I honestly, there's nothing set in stone yet. I haven't decided little to nothing. There's only one other thing that I have built for this. And I will now go and show you that. There's only one other thing that I'm working on that involves this. Everything else I haven't started, because I didn't see much point in planning things out until I got this up and running. So if we now leave the server and we go over to my redstone world, because this is going to be a because, you know, this game is going to be important, and I want this to be as redstoney as possible, because if I'm going to make it grand, I'm going to make it good. You recently died? Yeah. Recently? When did I last die? I actually don't remember. Oh, when I was building my shulker farm, I died a few times building my shulker farm, which, fun fact, still doesn't work. We're going to build this. This is the current prototype I'm building. I haven't finished this rendition, but this is meant to be a 7-segment display, which means when we get to a working one, this was half working because we use rails. Well, I'm trying to use rails instead of redstone because they're just better and also less laggy. But it's proved difficult. It worked up till here, and it doesn't work because these rails need to face that way, but it's not doing it because why would it? But the simple premise is, if we wanted to display one, we have this powered, and when this is powered, it displays a 0 because it starts at 0, so it displays a 0. If we wanted to display a 5, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we display a, well, it's meant to display a 5. These ones are still a work in progress. This is the non-railed version. This is the one that doesn't use rails. Also, this is also the reason why I want to use rails instead of redstone dust. Because as you can see, without redstone dust, it is very big. Far too big. So the smallest one I've managed to make is this one. The issue with this one, not so much, this one doesn't have an issue, it works. But what I don't like about it is, let me show you. So actually it won't show it too well here. This is the fully working one that's hooked up to a button. So every time we click a button, it increases the numbers. It's far too slow for my liking. Which I guess in the grand scheme of things doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter that it's slow, because this will be passively going up as you're playing the game. So as you're playing the game, this will just get higher and higher and higher and higher until you eventually die. And when you die, it will trigger... It will then trigger the pressure plate when you spawn in, or however we're going to do it. activate a button which will then tell this thing to stop increasing, and this is the contraption for it. As you can kind of tell, it is big. It is very big. This is also designed by me. It is very clunky and big. So at the moment, my off camera, I've just been trying to make it smaller. This is what I started with. Then we made that, which then went into this. Where do I have it? That bit there is this thing here. All this does is this thing counts how many times you press the button. So every game tick that it activates, it counts by 1. Which then lets you just keep increasing. And then we can hook this up to another one. When did you learn redstone? Since I was young. I learned redstone when I started the game, and I just kept doing it, so I just got better and better and better, and here we are. I'm making segmental displays. So we can have 4 of these circuits, and then this is basically the brains of it. This will count, so every game tick, this goes into here. Well, sorry, this counts the game ticks, and this translates the game ticks to display. So this will count every time we increase it. So this will go to 9, and once this goes to 9, it will trigger. Well, although this hasn't been hooked up yet because I haven't, like I said, I haven't done much of the redstone for it yet. But once this is done, this will count into another one. That will then trigger the other one to trigger, which will then update the next display, and then I plan to do a maximum of 4 numbers, so we get a score of 4. Whether that is the best way of doing it, I'm not sure. Actually, no, after I think of it, a 3-digit display should be enough. Because I can't see you getting more than 999 points. That's not going to be possible. So I think 3 of those will do the trick. My issue is the fact that I could just use them like this. I could use these and it would be no problem whatsoever. I just want to compact it. I want it to be smaller. Because by having it smaller, it's going to just make my life easier. But obviously, though it makes it easier long term, it doesn't make it easier in the present. Because, yeah, I don't know how to get the rails to face that way. Because no matter what I do, the rail always wants to snap that way. So, like, even if you do this weird thing called redstone 1 is simpler but bigger. Yeah. You have the issue of the fact that 1 is simpler but bigger. But the problem with being bigger is, well, it's not always better. Now this is my issue. I want this to connect. Because you can do funny thing with rails. So like if you do this with a rail, you can then place it in like... No, I'm forgetting how you do it. I think you can do it like that. Where I forgot how to do it. There is a very specific way to get them not to connect. But it's such a pain. You can do something like that. Then you can place you sideways. But you've got to somewhat isolate it. Otherwise it will... Yeah, we do it like that. But then obviously if we place that like that. That can't connect, I don't think. Let's just give it a try. I don't think it can connect. But then if we place it there, it switches anyway. I'm not sure how I get it to not connect. Because no matter how I place this rail, it will always connect to that rail, which is driving me insane, honestly. I can't, for the life of me, figure out how to get it to not do that. Which is frustrating me, but what can you do? We can now do something like this, but no, like even like to me that makes no sense. It doesn't connect. This is the issue of using it. Like I could, okay, let me go keys, because it keeps rebinding my keys, which is annoying. Where is axiom? Axiom is right there. You go, left alt, left control, thank you. We can do this one. This one is my own design, but the issue with this adds a 1, 2, 3 tick delay, which makes it slow. Not that it being slow is a problem. Simple. Either simpler or harder. Exactly. But the benefit of this does as well, this is less game updates. Because we're going to be doing a lot of, there's going to be a lot of redstone. So ideally, the less amount of game updates, the better. But we have the issue of just trying to get it to work. That's not what I wanted. I just don't understand how rails work, because like, how does that make any sense? And this is also not just a problem. This rail problem isn't just a problem for this one redstone contraption. Redstone rails are what we're going to use to transfer signals, because they are better than redstone. A lot better than redstone. But obviously we're having the issue with the fact that we have this issue of how rails connect. And I'm not exactly sure how to stop it. Like, if I power this from here, see, the signal doesn't reach, which is a problem, because the signal needs to reach. So the idea is that it's like a bug. It's technically a bug that when it powers on, this one, that turns on, and then this clicks, which then updates this, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But how far do these actually power again? I think it's 8 blocks. Hey, welcome, Johnny. How you doing? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we power that, does that power the entire? Yeah, it's supposed to reach 9. Oh, will it? Oh, is it because of the redstone? Can it only reach? Oh, it then clicks because you observe. Exactly, yeah. And it stays. No, it is okay. It's broken, because what this is meant to do is meant to extend the redstone pulse by 8. Which I see if I can make a working one to actually demonstrate this. Because for me to make a working one, I can just change directions. If I build it in the other direction, it will work. But the issue is, I need to be able to send it in any direction. Having it only be sendable in one direction is a problem. Got to go. I hope you find a way. Hey, no problem. Thank you for stopping by. It's greatly appreciated. Always good to have someone to talk to and show off my redstone. So I hope you have a good rest of your day. Goodbye. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like that. Now we have to do this into that. And then we also have the impulse here. So we have it like that. We can get rid of that. And then we can get rid of this. This has to be done in a very specific way. No, I think it's something like we place you there, you there, you here, you here, you here. No, it's like you here, you there. Yes, then we place, no, we don't place it, we then place that, and this is what it's meant to look like. And then when we connect up here, it should just extend this by another 8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should just expand it by another 8. It did break there because we updated it. That will happen. That. Well, I guess that works, but that's also not working. Why is it sharing its power with this one? That's not supposed to do that. Okay, let me see. Can we find up any useful information? Let's go Minecraft. Redstone. Power rail. Minecraft redstone powered rail tech. It's a mechanic redstone rail. Maybe it'll tell us some powers. Look at the powered rail and see if it. And let me see if we get any information on how it connects. Powered rail is type of rail. Yep. Braking. Yep. Uses. Okay, the top of any sort of block operates on mechanism can be placed on top of. When a powered rail configures itself to line up with any adjacent rails, including activated detector rails and powered rails, as well as adjacent rails one block up. If there are two adjacent rails on non-opposite sides, or three or more adjacent rails, a powered rail lines up in the east-west direction. If there are no adjacent rails, a powered rail lines up in the north-south direction, but if a rail is placed to east or west, north or south, east or west, the powered rail reorientates itself in the east or west direction, even if it's already connected to another rail, north or south. If a rail would line up with this one block, a powered rail slants upwards towards it with multiple options to slant downwards. A powered rail prefers in order east, west, east, south, and north. Other configurations can be placed by placing various rails, and like the unpowered counterpart, like detector and activated rails, powered rails are always straight. It cannot be suspended mid-air, even with commands, which is not unintentional. Powered rails can use minecarts. Powered rail is a redstone mechanism and can be activated by adjacent power components. An activated power is also activated adjacent power sources connected to up to 8 away. First, a signal activation source can activate 17 builds, one in every behavior. Okay, it doesn't tell us about any of the tech. Benefit of powered rails now increased as response to fixing a Minecraft booster bug. That doesn't tell us anything. Minecraft powered rails versus redstone. Stone. Does 20 powered rails, yeah. Used for redstone lines, but powered rails provide a less laggy alternative. This is particularly useful for larger contraptions, as powered rails can be placed further apart depending on saving material and improved lag performance. However, redstone dust can be more laggy due to the way. Okay, but no, that's complete nonsense. The overview is complete nonsense. See, it'll work if we. It works if we want a solid. It works if we want pulses. It can send pulses, no problem. Because if we want to send a redstone pulse, that is not a problem because we can do this. A redstone pulse is very easy to send through rails. We just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into observer. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's just be smart and let's put in a redstone lamp at the end just to show it's activating. Where's that? I'll say a wax bulb because these work nicely for this test. And then we want to place in you like this with a lever on the front. So this can now trigger our blocks more or less instantaneously. And we can just do this over and over to get the input we want. The only issue with these is the fact that obviously we can't transport solid signals. That's what that mechanism down there is meant to do, which isn't working for me. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's definitely not working. It's meant to bug feed, but for some reason it's going forward. I don't exactly know why. I don't feel like it's meant to do that. Let's try to fix it, because obviously, how did we do this before? We built rails like this. So let me do the same here. Maybe we can do it both in this way and hopefully fix them. Yes, they both go like that. We can then remove these two. No, keep him there. Power that one. Do it like that one. And then does that fix it? No, it still sends ticks, but it doesn't deactivate. See, I want it in a way that it's instantaneous. Because it's working because the bug state's on. But the issue is it's feeding back. And because it's feeding back, it's not deactivating. Let's see if I can find the video I watched, because there was a video explaining this quite well. Well, sorry, not amazingly well, but well enough that it showed how it worked. To an extent, but obviously it isn't working as intended. Yeah. See, he built it the same way I built it, but it's not doing it. Yep. Okay. 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 Oh, okay, it doesn't do what I wanted to do. No one. Okay, no, this is working. This is how they work. So, why do that over... But then I'm confused by that logic, because why would you... But that doesn't make sense, because why would you... Because it both powers and activates. But I don't really get that. So that does that. Let me just hook up the lantern and see what the different result is. I don't see the benefit to this. So this one does that. Then that one does that. I don't understand why. I guess it's better for instant. If it's the instant dropper lines. Okay, so this is working as intended. That is working how it's meant to work. But I misunderstood what it was meant to do. Okay, so we need to design our own one, because that is not what we wanted to do. Or do we want to just keep it on off states? Do we just take everything in binary? Binary being off and on. Because you could have one tick, and then it tells the machine that, and then the second tick could mean reset. Or add another, add another, add another, add another, add another. When it reaches that, it just stops. Then we could have one line that says, okay, yeah, so that will just work. which means all our systems need to be able to read binary, which is the issue on this. So this is another issue because this needs a different mechanic. This needs the constant power. Let's see if we can design this now. You know, we'll do some tests, run through my thought process and see if we can do this. So what we need is we need to be able to extend this signal all the way through. We need this signal to be able to stay as a constant throughout it all. For that to work, also I could realize this wouldn't have worked anyway, even with those. So we need everything from here to be shared from this segment to this segment as a brand new power source. We can do this, but the issue with this is that it obviously doesn't work. So maybe we do something similar, because we can maybe bug update it. Maybe if we just do it without them all connecting up, it might work. So let's see. That connects up. It outputs signal, but it doesn't keep the signal. So what if we have power block W? So this needs to go into signal. It flashes it, but it doesn't activate and deactivate it. So and we also have to do this in a way it has to be powered from beneath. So how can we very quickly update the block to say it's powered, and then also unupdate it after we update it? And in a way that it doesn't break it. Because it has to keep intact. Which means powering from below. We can't have this come up here, because that would just break the system. Because it powers this end, we do not want this getting repowered. Which means the only real way is either through an observer, but an observer is only a tick. We need a constant pulse. How would this work? Could we power that? The one click there means it's powered, and then it turns off and on. That translates that quite well, but maybe if we then take a reading from that. But how would we then hook it up to this? We could take a reading from it like that, but obviously then it doesn't work because that does not power that. That needs to be, ideally that needs to be here. But let's actually even double check, would this even work? Yes, it would. Okay. Let me see. How slow is that, though? I guess we could have redstone signal. But then saying that, nothing here says we can't have it. Nothing here says that we can't put it here, for example. It doesn't have to be on that line. So we could do something like this. A redstone dust there. That then powers that block, which powers that. Let's try this. Obviously, that's not the fast... that is not bad. That is, I think, is as fast as we're going to get. It's only a 1-tick delay. And we can transport that, and it uses minimal redstone components. So in theory, let's just rip out this. Let's rip out this design here, because obviously that is working as it's meant to work, but it doesn't do what we want it to do. Put these in. Rip out these. Place these in. Also, these are all color coded because it tells us which display does which is important because that's a very handy information. So I will keep to my color coding. This is also another reason why we should build our wolf farm with every color. Minecraft just proves that content is king. Graphics doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I can't agree more. Graphics is not everything. And yeah, you're right, Minecraft does show that very well. Yes, Minecraft's never going to win any rewards for being pretty, but it does so much more. And then we also need to put in this, like this. Aha! We have discovered a new problem. This isn't gonna work. Because of one very simple thing. The redstone dust will connect. We can't have the redstone dust connecting. This is not a tileable design. So we're gonna have to do some adjustments here. So we can't use redstone dust to power the lantern. Which means we've got to get the signal from this to this. How can we do that? Redstone dust cannot be used because it will break. We can use a tick, but the problem is it's facing downwards in the wrong direction. Although we can put a tick there, it's not going to get actively updated by the... It's not going to get activated by that. Is there a block that would activate upon a rail powering? Unlikely. Not that I know of. Let's do a bit of wikiing. Let's see anything on the wiki. I love how popular my favorite game has stayed. Minecraft for life. Agreed. We'll keep Minecraft alive as long as we can. Because it's such a good game. Detect Howard. How to yeah. Build push powered rail now. Nothing blocked update detector. Ooh, that might be helpful. Update detector bud switch. What does it do? Yeah, but that doesn't really help me. We got obviously observers, but that doesn't do what we want it to do. Now, also witch bug. Okay, we have to figure out ourselves here. We need it to detect the powered rail without freezing. Obviously, there is just this. We could, in theory, just do that. Also, I've just inverted it by mistake, so we're just gonna quickly to power that just to reset it. But now we have a 2-tick delay. It's getting an even bigger delay. It's not the end of the world, but I would love to think of a way to avoid it. Excuse me. How can we detect an input? How can we power that lantern, but also not losing... Because, for example, if we were to move this rail down like that, well, that would not power it. No, then it wouldn't work. It might decide to sell it to Meta and you were forced to log into your Facebook to play it. That'll put you off the game. No, I wouldn't. I would still play the game. Although the game would probably, under Meta's supervision, would die. Meta would kill it. That doesn't work. Meta would kill the game. If they took over Minecraft, there would be... Minecraft would just die. There's no ifs or buts about it. Minecraft would die very quickly. But that would never happen. Maybe that? Will that work? Nope. We need something that can share the block updates. We need to redirect the power input from that into this, but I don't think that's physically possible. That resin dust would have been a good idea, but it won't work because, yeah. We also can't move the comparator. The comparator has to be there, which means this either has to be here or it has to be here. That's the only two spots it can go, there or there. There would be interesting though. We can still detect it. We could then have... But the issue is not the placement of that, it's the output of this. That has to face up. Which means it has to be able to get the signal there. And then we still end up with the same issue. The signal will not get there. Also, you can't take readings through a block, through an observer, because an observer is classed as a transparent block. And you can't take signals through transparent blocks. This might be a stupid thing, but does this work? No, I didn't think it would. When I started charging monthly to play, would you put the game off? No, I probably wouldn't. And a lot of games, there are quite a few games that do that, and although I don't think it would work on Minecraft, it has worked for other games. And for, I guess, for like a lot of games, it's the only thing that keeps it. If it keeps the game alive, yes, I would. If you then get no updates alongside it, no, I wouldn't. I can add one observer. One observer would make it a lot better, but then we lose the size and speed, which is not what me wants. Maybe a piston? Would a piston be faster? So if we detect it into a sticky piston, that, how would that respond? But then, by that logic, we wouldn't even need to keep... Yeah, by that logic, it doesn't work because it turns into one of those. Also, that has empowering it there, so that's not helpful. Let me actually undo it here. Also doesn't work. Good to know. We could do something like that into note block, but I don't see what a note block's gonna do. It's not gonna send a signal. What can send a redstone signal? Observer, but that's not what I want to use. Observer can detect it. I guess we could do maybe this might be faster way of doing it. If we have a powered rail here, powered rail like that, into this, into that, maybe. Okay, that seems fast, but let me just test this with another line and see which one's faster. There we go. I'm gonna have faith without deleting everything you ever had when you restart. Yeah, everything can be made again. Everything that's in the game can always be made again. It would suck, sure. It would definitely suck. But I wouldn't quit over it. Oh, no, it's inverted. I now just need to pick that just to uninvert it. There we go. Let me see, which one's faster? Neither. Both are as fast as each other. Yeah, because the only thing that's slowing it down is the observers themselves and that. Oh, that's why they do it this way. Because if I just hook this up as a demonstration real quick, let me hook up Redstone Dust as a demonstration thing here. I need to do that to go to you. Like this. I figured out the reason why they use that. Why are you activated, my guy? Excuse me, get unactivated. Thank you. So the reason why they use that. That seems just as fast. I don't know, that's... Okay, never mind. I take back what I thought I knew. We will now just use this mechanism. That one looks cleaner, but it's just bigger and it doesn't offer any benefits. So let me just take out these. Go to you. We then go upwards here. I can block UK accounts for playing it. No. That's been a little bit ridiculous. If you move country over a game, that's just being a bit silly, that is. Also, moving countries is not something you can just do. There we go. Turn all off. No, let me double check. Is the display working? No. The middle one got activated by mistake, which means we need to just do that right? Does that fix it? No, because now this... Oh yeah, I forgot this wasn't working. I forgot that wasn't working because it was powering themselves. Okay, yeah. We need to rebuild this. I forgot this needs rebuilding. What is, have we built this any different than the other one? Let's just knock this out. Like that. Bare bone it because that's not working. So that why is this the same? No, this is actually different. Okay. Let's just build off this one now. Oh, why am I doing it that way? I can do it this way. There we go. Grab this. Switch blocks. And let's go for infinite reach as well. Okay. Mastery travel. Kind of weird questions now. Space is cool. I'd rather space. Space is cool. Let me now get rid of these. I now just want to place it in 8, 2, 4, 6 here. And then that'll put us to 8, which means this is where we must have the new input line. So we can then just do our thing that we discovered, which was replace these for upward observers. Nope, not those ones. These ones for upward observers. These ones for, I say horizontal, but horizontal isn't working because it can't replace itself. Then we place these in like that. Waxed bulbs like that. Then we turn that off. Place these in like this. There you go. Yeah, I don't know, it randomly does that. It's my safety image for when we play horror games. So if there's something that we can't show, I can turn it on. But for some reason, it turns itself on. It became sentient, so I don't know why that happens. There we go. That's now done that. We can then put these across. This. No, we've got to start from the middle. But there we go. Nice. There we go. So that's even. This is some system shock horror. Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. Nah, but we play a few horror games and they show some disturbing scenes, and it's just easier to blur it. Oh, well, that's the best way I can do it outside of blurring. Okay, I'll also just place a row. How many is here? That's 8. 90. Yeah, so there should be enough here. So let me actually get some gold yellow. It's nice of you to do that. Yeah, I'll try. Also, YouTube would shout at me if I show. YouTube would shout at me if I showed some of the stuff I've seen in the games. Okay, so middle one's activated itself. It shouldn't be activated. It just predetermined. It acted predeterminedly after we had the accidental activation. So that should just activate the. Why did it activate both? Okay, something's broken already. What have I broke? Ah, yeah. Does YouTube talk to you as a bot? No. YouTube doesn't talk to me at all. That's powering that because I'm an idiot. That's why. No, that's just powering it because it's that power that also powers piston. So you power this into that. Maybe I can just knock this down actually. So we power that. We can just power that copper bulb here straight into that. Does mean you gotta be careful where we take our inputs there. Or it might honestly be a good idea to knock this back by 1, just so we have that little overhang for connections. Yeah, so this actually can go over by 1, just to give us some more connections. Points, there we go. So then that one connected up, we now need to connect a purple. To connect a purple should be quite simple. We can detect it here, but we can't activate it because it's going to quasi-connectivity that. What's the max amount of items you can hold? I don't know the exact amount, but we know it'd be 9 times 9, 18, 36. 36 stacks, and then if you count shulker boxes in those slots as well, it can be, well, a lot. A lot is, I think, the correct terminology there. Then we just need to power this. How can we power that? Also, I used the wrong block. That has to be purple. You play survival mode much? Yeah. We play. Oh, I played survival mode. Well, we were doing that before the start of. We did that for most of the stream. We played survival mode for most of today's stream. We're just working on the redstone now because this is stuff we're going to need for our mini game. And this stuff's a lot easier to do in survival than in creative. It's easy to build it in creative, then move it over to survival then afterwards. It makes it a lot easier. I can also do a very fun thing called leafstone, which is using logs and leaves to send redstone signals. Like this. That's really convenient. Well, yeah, that's kind of the idea for That's kind of the point of kind of the cool point of creative mode, so you can build stuff in creative, then you can build in creative, and then rebuild in survival. And on, can you set monsters? I can do whatever I want in here. Aha, that is the problem, because we turn it on, that's off, we then turn it on again, that's on, and it doesn't stay. Why didn't it stay actually? It should just stay. That's now on. Turn it off. Why is it getting 2 game ticks? Where are we getting the extra tick from? Huh. That's weird. Maybe we set it straight into it. On. Well, actually, that's incorrect because it should be off. There we go, off. Turn it on. There we go. Turn it off. Yes. Turn it on. Turn it off. Would you say this is similar to Gary's mod? No. Nowhere near. That works. Blue can then be activated into this, into that, which pushes that, powers that, but then we have the observer, maybe like this, and that. Does that work? Turn on, yep, and turn off. No. Turn on. Turn off. Now, why is it doing that? Do you pre-plan what you're about to build? No, only redstone. So I'm gonna end it here for today. I think I need to take a break. Also, I am being cooked alive right now. The UK is really warm, so we're gonna have to call it there for today. So thank you for stopping by, it's greatly appreciated. It's gonna be a little while now before our next stream. Keep up to date on YouTube and Minecraft and Instagram. I'll post my updates there as they come and go. But any luck, I'll see you Sunday. If not, I will see you next Tuesday. So anyway, thank you for watching and good night. Hey, good night to you, Johnny. Thank you for being here. It's always good to have someone to chat to. Anyway, bye bye and good night.